Good morning, friends. We already see the Z-bus building algorithm, right? Impedance matrix, how we can calculate and how we can gain the Z-bus from for that system. So there are mainly four type of modifications, and today we will see the examples. So how we can do the examples with the use of these modifications. So first modification is to add the branch of with the impedance of ZB to the reference bus. Okay, new bus adding to the reference bus, so we can directly use Z old bus, and the row and column will be 0 as we are adding a impedance and new bus to the reference, and the same impedance of that new bus will be come with the diagonal value. For type 2 modification, what we did do, we add a new bus to the old bus. So we add a new bus K to the old bus J. So it will affect the current of our jth bus. So the our new Z bus will be Z old bus plus the row and column of the same jth bus, and the diagonal value will be Z impedance of that new bus plus impedance of that old bus. Okay, now for third modification, we are connecting impedance between a old bus J to the reference bus. In first modification, we use impedance of the new bus and the reference bus. Here we are adding impedance between the old bus and the reference bus. So it will give us the impedance like this. So Z bus old minus of 1 upon jth bus, whatever the new old bus impedance plus the impedance we are adding, and the column and row of that jth bus. And type 4 modification are we are connecting adding a impedance between two old buses, two old bus I and J. So both these two buses currents will be affect, so it will give us the new bus like this. Row and column of the new value will be the difference between the impedance of J and I column and row, and the impedance of the diagonal value will be ZB plus ZII plus ZJJ minus 2 of ZIJ. And the new bus we are not adding any new bus, so the order of the Z bus matrix will be the same, not it will adding any 1 and plus 1, right? So we have to again do Z old bus minus the row and column of this old bus divided by this diagonal value of impedance. Okay, so now let's see the examples. So here we are taking one system. This system has 4 buses and 7 impedances. Okay, so 4 buses means it have 4 nodes. So what will be our order of our Z bus? It will be maximum up to 4 cross 4. Okay, and the line impedance we are adding are 7. So the impedance which we will build here will be complete in 7 steps. So let's start with step 1. What we will do, we have 4 modification types. So to start making these systems impedance, we will take first as here the graph of the network and a tree. We will first make the tree from this system, so we can obtain the branches and links. How many branches and links will be here that we can obtain. Okay, so this is the tree of our given system. Here we have 1, 2, 4 and 5 lines are in terms of branch, and 3, 6 and 7 in terms of links. Okay, and 4 nodes and 0 is shown as an reference node. So 1 and 2 line are directly connected from bus to reference buses. So let's first start with that node 1 and line 1, which are now our branch. So the first branch impedance is J.1. So what we will do, we added a node or a new bus to the reference bus, so it will be our modification 1. And as we are only adding one bus, this is our first bus, so the order of our matrix will be 1 cross 1. Okay, so 1 cross 1 means the same value of this impedance will be our bus matrix. Now for second, we are adding one new bus, second bus, to the reference bus. So what it will do, again we are adding a bus to a reference bus, so the diagonal value will be same as this new bus impedance, and the row and column will be 0 as we are adding in the reference bus. Okay, so here we can see our new Z bus are equal to the old bus matrix was 0.1, and row and column of new bus are 0, and the diagonal value is same as the new bus impedance. Now for the third step, we are connecting element 3 between existing node, node 1 and node 2. Okay, it means we are here making a modification 3. We are connecting a node or a impedance between two old buses. Okay, so it will give us like this. The impedance of this line 3 is 0.2. So the new impedance will be, it is a modification 4 as we are adding between two old buses. Okay, so first the Z old bus, and then our row and column are the difference between these two old buses. So 1 2 and 2 1, right, bus 1 and bus 2, and the diagonal impedance will be same, equal to Z11 plus Z22 minus 2 of Z12 plus our new impedance of the line. Okay, but here as it will give us the order of 3 cross 3, but we are not adding any new buses, we adding the impedance between existing buses, so we have to make the order of 2 cross 2. So what we will do, the Z new bus equal to Z old bus minus of the transmission row and column multiplication of this bus, what we gained upper and below, equal to Z equivalent. That will give the result of these. Now step 4, we already completed 3 elements. Now fourth element we adding is connected between an existing node 2 and a new node 3. Means it is we are adding a new bus, so it will give us the order of now 3 cross 3. Okay, and the modification of 2, and the impedance of this new line is 0.3. Okay, so directly we can do, we are adding this third element to the bus 2. So second row and second column will be same for our new row and column, and the impedance will be equal to new impedance of that line plus the impedance of the second bus. Okay, simple. Now fifth is element 5 is added to the existing partial network between an existing node 3 and a new node 4. Okay, new node means again our order will increase to 4 cross 4. So the same what we did in step 4 will the same one for our new bus also. Here our old bus is of 3, so we are directly using third row and column for our new row and column. and the diagonal value will be the addition. Okay, so here it is showing fourth node and its impedance is 0.15. Now for the sixth step, we are adding impedance between existing two old bus to node 1 and node 4. Okay, so again modification 4 and its impedance is J.25. Okay, so it will be shown here, 6th line. So first we have to gain old impedance. Here we are getting our row and column, the difference between fourth and first bus. Okay, and the diagonal value will be like this: Z44 plus Z11 plus 2 Z14 plus the impedance of that line. And now as we are not adding any new buses, the order of our impedance should be remain same as 4 cross 4. So we have to do subtraction and it will give us the value of Z bus. Now the last element is remaining. It is also the element we are adding between two existing node 4 and 2. So the same what we did in step 6 we will do again. Okay, the impedance of this well is of 0.4. Okay, so same, but here only the difference is we are taking row and column difference between second and fourth bus. Okay, and again subtraction to make our impedance order same as 4 cross 4. So here is the final value of our impedance matrix. So like this we are making our Z bus building algorithm and calculate the Z bus impedance matrix for our given system. Okay, same we will see one more example. Here in this example the reference bus R is given and 3 buses 1, 2 and 3 are given. So here we can say there are 5 elements, okay, or 5 lines. So we will build our Z bus in steps of 5. Okay, and how many nodes or buses are here? 3 buses. It means the order of our Z bus will be of 3 cross 3. So let's take first branch of Z1R. 1R means we are adding impedance between new bus 1 to the reference bus R. As we have only one bus, so the order will be 1 cross 1. Then for second we are adding second bus to the old bus 1 of 0.1 impedance. So it will be of type 2 modification, right? After this third step we are adding again new branch 3 to the old bus 1. So same type 2 modification will be here, right? So Z old bus we take and the row and column will be same as the first row and first column. Okay. Now the fourth step is we are adding branch Z2R. 2R means from old bus to the reference bus. So type 3 modification, as here we are not adding any new bus, so old bus order should be remain same as 2 cross 2. Sorry, 3 cross 3. Okay, so we will use these second row and second column and the equivalent impedance, and we'll subtract from our old impedance and we will get the impedance of this value. Now we are remaining with the last branch, fifth is Z23, means we are adding a impedance between old second and fourth bus. So type 4 modification. And in same way of type 3 we are subtracting and gaining the impedance. So this is our final value of Z bus for the given system, right? Now we already gained this system. Let's see one more example with our real practical power system. So here the system is given in figure 9.29 and we have to find it is the per unit reactance are shown in figure, and for a three phase fault occur on a bus 3 we have to find fault current, then the fault voltage at 1 and 2 second generator, then all three line fault current and the generator fault current. So here we can see the whatever the system is given here is the same as what of we already built the Z bus. See, the reference bus are from we take from generator G1 and G2. So the from one bus to the reference bus the impedance is 0.25. Then the line impedance of from between three buses are 0.1. Okay, so we already calculate the Z bus of this type of system in above example. But in example, if directly this sum is asked, then you have to first calculate the Z bus for this system, and after that we will calculate the current and voltages. So now we already know that this is the Z bus for our this system. Okay, Z11 is 0.1397, Z22 is same as Z11 and Z33 is 0.175. Z12 means the impedance between line 1 and 2. Okay, so first we will find the fault current at third bus. Third bus means volt current equal to voltage divided by impedance. So at bus 3 the impedance will be Z33. Okay, so the fault current will be voltage divided by Z33, which we already know as 0.175, and per unit voltage of voltage we already assume as 1 at angle 0. So it will give us the fault current at bus 3. Now for the fault current at bus 1 equal to the Vi minus of S. Here the fault current is connected to the bus 3 and I1 and I2 are parallelly going down, right? The fault current is happened to the third bus, and from third bus the 1 and second bus the current are dividing, so we can use here current divider rule, right? So with the use of current divider rule we can obtain I1 and I2. So for fault I1 we can use V of I minus of the current divider rule, ZIR divided by the equivalent Z total impedance into total voltage. And for voltage we can use voltage divider rule, V1 and V2. Okay, so for V1 we can use Z13 divided by Z33, and for V2 we can use Z23 divided by Z33. We already know the value of this Z13 and Z33, so we can obtain the voltage of V1 and V2. And by calculating the voltage we can see here that both voltage V1 and V2 are same. Why same? Because we already saw that the current are in parallel, so the voltage will be same, right? Now as two voltages are equal, we can also say because of the symmetry of the circuit. Now we can gain the current I1 and I2 obtained by the formula of Y impedance into Vi of fault minus Vf of fault. As both are same, the current in line 1 2 will be 0, and current in line between 1 to 3 is minus of J.86. Now the current from the generator, as we already also have the voltage in generator, so the formula will be Eg minus V1 of fault divided by impedance. So impedance of at the generator is 0.2 plus 0.05, and we have a value of E is 1 at angle PO, and we already obtained V1 fault is 0.286, and we'll give the result as generator 1, the current in generator 1 is minus of J1286, and current in G2 will be the in other direction, so it will give us as plus term in J2.86. Okay, so this is the formula and this is the example. We can use Z-bus calculation to find our fault current and voltage also. Okay, so from next lecture we will see new chapter, symmetrical components.